Hey guys, what's up? I hope you guys are doing well. So today I'm going to review this Perfect palette that I picked up at Costco. This is what it came in, this big thing here. It's called the Perfect palette. It is by Pati Dubroff. She's a makeup artist, and so this is a neutral eyeshadow palette. On the back it just shows you some eye looks an eye look you can do, and it has all of the colors that are in the palette. It was $17.99. The first time I went to Costco I saw it and I was like, should I get it? I'm like, no, I don't really need it. I already have a bunch of neutral eyeshadow palettes, so I don't really need it. And then I went back to Costco yesterday with my husband to do some, grocery shop type shopping. And I saw it again and I was like, I'm just gonna get it just to review for you guys. So this is what the palette looks like right here. It has 12 eyeshadows and an eyeliner pencil. It reminds me a lot of the Stila palettes, the ones that come in this kind of cardboard packaging. So it is magnetic. It's kind of a light magnet, not very strong. So there's a little tutorial again up here on the top, which I really wouldn't use. I don't really read those because I just have my own ideas. But if you needed some ideas on color placement, that would be a good instructional palette for you. So there are 12 shades, 6 on top, 6 on bottom. So 5 of the colors on the top are matte, and then one of them isn't. This one over here is not matte, but the rest of them are. All the bottom ones have a sheen or a shimmer to them. And then it has this brown, dark brown eyeliner pencil. Last night I swatched these. I posted them on Instagram, and I actually did a little eye tutorial with them, some of the shadows today, so I'll post that at the end of this. It's kind of like a first impressions of the palette because I've only obviously used it once and only swatched them. I'm actually going to show you the tutorial first, and then I will get into the review just because you can see how they apply, and then I'll just go over them with you. So just stay tuned for the tutorial. So I'm just going to take my Primetime Eye Primer by Bare Minerals. I'm just going to put that all over the lid. So I'm going to start off with this matte brown called Oasis. And I'm just going to use this brush right here. So I'm just going to pop this right in the crease. So I'm having a little trouble with this color picking up on this eye. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't put enough eye primer on. I don't know. Okay, so it just doesn't want to stick very well in this outer corner. Although it looks better on camera than it does in person. Anyway, next from the palette I'm going to take Goddess, which is this kind of like champagne color. It looks really pretty, so let's use that one on the lid. I'm just gonna press it on the lid. So the color payoff is not the best. I think the swatches that I did on my hand were better. So next from the palette, I'm going to take this color right here. I think it's called Shiitake. And I'm going to deepen up the outer corner. I'm going to take Vapor. It's just like a charcoal gray, and I'm going to put this on the lower lash line. Then I'm going to take this color black, it's Raven, and when I swatched this black last night I was like, holy cow, it's very pigmented, so make sure tapping off that brush. Let's see. Just gonna put this on the lower lash line as well. and I'm gonna bring it up into the outer V there in a minute. So let me just put it on this side. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that black. You just need a very little bit because it is pretty pigmented. And just bringing it into the outer corner here. So I'm going to touch up Goddess on the lid. Oasis, which was the lighter brown, and just kind of touch that up. And blend out everything. So I'm going to go into Bare, which is this off-white. It actually looks white. It might be slightly off-white, but it's not completely white. Just put that right under my eyebrows, my highlight. Next, I want to use the black as a eyeliner on the upper lash line. So this is just my Real Techniques brow brush, but I'm using it as an eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to just tap this along the upper lash line. So, looks pretty good, I think. Okay, so this is Bare, and it's a matte off-white. This one is Parfait. It's like a light pink matte color. This one's called Oasis. It's a like a light brown, light to medium brown. This one's called Shiitake, and it's like a taupey brown. And this one here is called Wood Rose, and it's kind of that maroon burgundy color. This one is called Raven, and it's a really pigmented black, matte black. This one here is called Goddess, and this one's like a champagne color. This one is called Glace, and I don't know, what would you say that is? Like a rosy color. This one is called Praline, and it's like a goldish brown. This one is Bellini, and it's like a shimmery pink. This one is Henna, and it's like another kind of maroon. It's, I don't know, like a maroonish brown. I don't know how to describe colors sometimes. I'm not very good at that. This one is called Vapor, and it's a charcoal dark gray. And then this pencil is called Bittersweet, and it's a really dark, almost like a black brown. So I'm going to swatch all these for you. I would say the most pigmented one is the black. It's super pigmented. You don't need very much, and it's like bam. So it's a really good black. And it almost like stains your finger. I've already wiped my finger off and it's still kind of stuck on there. Okay, here we go. And I think they're kind of flaky. They're not the best quality at all. They're no Stila palette. They're no Urban Decay. But I guess what do you expect for 17 buckaroos, you know? You shouldn't expect a whole lot from palette. Alright, so these are all the swatches. The matte shadows that I swatched over here, they're probably some of the least pigmented ones, and they're very chalky. And then the shimmery ones are pretty pigmented, except for the one, let's see, where is it? The one over here by the black, that was Goddess, the champagne color. That one, I feel like it's pretty chalky, and it's not very pigmented at all. So it's like kind of flaky. It doesn't give you a whole lot of color right away. So that's the color that I have on the lid. So pretty much all the colors that I use, most of them are not the most pigmented ones, except for the black. I use that on my eyes, and as you can see, it's very pigmented, the black. And then I have that Goddess on the lid, and I have one of the light to medium browns in the crease. So the shimmery ones over here are very pretty, and I didn't use those on my lid, so I can't really tell you how they perform, you know, when you put them on your eye. But when I swatched them, they're pretty pigmented. They are a little chalky. They're not the best. So the most pigmented though is that black. It's, I mean, look at that. You really need, it's almost like it's gonna stain your skin. So this is the eyeliner. It's kind of hard to pry out of there, to be honest. I had to like pry it out with something. And it's called Bittersweet. It's like a dark brown. It's retractable. You just roll it up and you can roll it back down. It's just a dark brown. It's pigmented. It does wipe off really easy, so obviously it's not like a waterproof formula or anything. As you can see, it wipes off like almost in one swipe. And anyway, this palette really reminds me a lot of my Stila palette. The Stila one's smaller, and the Stila one feels more heavy duty. That one feels pretty cheap actually. The magnet on this is way better. I have not actually used mine yet. That's horrible. I recently purchased this. I actually think I'm going to use one color out of here. But see, these are the shades in the Stila palette, and I feel like they're somewhat similar to that other palette. Let me put them side by side for you guys. So see, a lot of the colors are pretty similar. I feel like the Stila ones are, see, I swatched a couple, they're just more pigmented. The Stila ones are somewhat chalky too, but I think the pigmentation is better. I have some other Stila palettes, and they're just better quality than these. But I think this is a good deal, like if you're a beginner and you're just starting a collection, or if you want something that's a neutral palette that's good for traveling and you don't want to spend a lot of money, throw it in your travel bag, then this is probably a good palette to pick up. But if you have a large collection, I don't think you need this. It's not the best quality palette. It's okay. I mean, I think it did a pretty good job on the eyes with it, although, you know, some of the colors weren't that pigmented, but that black was like, whoa, that black was really, really pigmented. That's pretty much my thoughts on this palette. Again, it's not a necessity. If you're a beginner, if you want something for your travel bag that's inexpensive and it has all these neutral colors, then maybe you should pick it up, but I would say pass if you already have a lot in your collection. I personally don't know if I'm going to keep it, to be honest. I might see if I can return it, just because I don't need it. I just wanted to do it for the review for you guys. I think if it was better quality, I would probably keep it, but I really don't need it because I have that Stila one and I have a ton of other palettes. So that's pretty much it for the review. I hope I answered all of your questions. If you have any, just leave them down below. Oh, let me just tell you, it is made in China, so I mean, you could probably find something similar at e.l.f. or something like that. I feel like the quality of them is similar to e.l.f. That was what I meant to say earlier. Similar quality to some e.l.f. eyeshadows that have used in the past. So anyways, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the little review, and I don't know, let me know your thoughts. If you've tried this palette, put your comments below so other people can see them. And I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Bye.